All right. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Paul. So, we just welcomed you right now. So we just want to let you know the population of people we have here. So, like we said, the majority of them are registered nurses transitioning to the United States, transitioning to Canada, transitioning to UK. So a lot of nurses are moving to these countries. And during the process of moving, they are put through a lot of rigorous process. In fact, the whole transition process is merit-based. So any nurse that you see in Nigeria that is leaving the country is actually leaving on merit. It's not some other countries, some other places, you would go to the developed countries, the Western world, based on balloting or lottery and the rest of them. So they can pick anyone. But for nurses, what it is that we go through an exam, go through a professional exam, which could be in the form of CBT, in the form of NCLEX, and then after doing that, they make us go through an English proficiency exam, which could be in form of IELTS, could be in form of TOEFL, or any of those English professional exam. Then after doing that also, then they make us go through a job interview. So even though you passed your IELTS and passed your NCLEX, it doesn't mean that you're going to get that job, that dream job you're looking at. You have to still equip yourself with the necessary knowledge to be able to get the job. So that is one of the reasons, because we've had people who have interviewed for jobs and they were not successful. And I said the best thing we can do now is to keep equipping ourselves with what it means to really interview for a job and get the job. You understand how to present ourselves and become very, very competitive in this, because everybody wants to leave. Everybody in every most African countries, let me say, everybody in most African countries will want to leave the country. Okay, so it's just trying to equip us. A lot of people have gone to an interview from the marketplace. They don't know how to attach some importance to this interview that we're talking about. So I'm actually believing that you are going to just go all in and all out for our group today and be able to give them the knowledge that they need for them to be able to get the next job that they interview for. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Paul. So if I missed any of your introduction, you're free to do an introduction, okay? Thank you so much.
No problem, sir. Good evening. I don't know what to say, but greetings to everyone. Good morning to those in the morning, good afternoon to those in the afternoon, good evening to those in the evening. It's a great privilege to be here this evening, and I do not take this privilege for granted.
Hello, Mr. Paul. Please, can you unmute yourself? Yeah, thank you.
Yes, I have. Okay. It's a great privilege to be here this evening. I do not take this for granted in any way. Thank you very much, Mr. Decency. I see all the great work you are doing. I'm glad I'm considered to be a part of what you do, which is moving talents from different countries to where they are needed the most, especially in developed countries of the world. Okay, so let me start up my conversation before we go into the real meat of what we are doing here this evening. I want to start by saying, okay, by asking a few questions. Let me make it a form of a question, because I believe very strongly, based on my experience and the things I've done with my clients, I believe anyone who fails at an interview, most times it is more psychological than any other thing. It is not because you don't know the answers to those questions. It's not because you can't answer that question. In fact, for most persons, as soon as they get off the interview stage and they are on their way back home, or maybe if it's a virtual interview, as soon as the camera is off, then their brain start telling them, this should have been your answer. You should have said this. You should have said that. Not because they don't know those answers, not because they didn't prepare well enough. They did prepare. Some of them prepared, some of them know what to say, some of them prepared, some of them did a whole lot of things. But as soon as the camera was on, the light was up, ready, action, then a whole lot of things happened. or maybe if it's a working interview, a physical interview, you showed up at the office, maybe it's at the embassy and all that, a whole lot happened. Why? It is not about your aptitude because you know the answer. I strongly believe that is rooted first in the psychology. So before we go into the psychology of why people fail at interview or why you've been failing at different interviews, let me ask this very first question. For those who are in Nigeria or those who are in different parts of the world and want to come into the US, want to come into the UK, who are going to different places to go and serve as healthcare workers, let me ask you this very first question. And I want to see answers in the comment section. Why are you interested in living where you currently are for those places where the opportunities are? I want you to give me a very candid answer, because at the root of your answer is what will help us to have a very expository conversation this evening, so that you'll be able to get off this call and know, no, I now know what to do. I now know how to ace the next set of interviews that come my way. Why are you interested in leaving Nigeria? Okay, I'm seeing somebody, I want to acquire more knowledge and skills. Are you sure? Are you sure you are not escaping from a particular government? I'm just asking. I'm seeing somebody for better pay and security. So I have a better life. Want better exposure in my career and better pay. Interesting, to advance my skills and knowledge, to improve in my professionalism, better life and opportunity, career development. Interesting. It's getting juicier. Are you living for the sake of your family? Greener pasture. I love that. Better life and security, career progression and greener pasture. Interesting. People are coming out to tell the truth. Oh yeah, put it out. I'm not going to report you to the embassy. I'm not sending this no, it's just between me and it's just on this conversation. I just want to know. I want to know. You know why? Okay, career progression. I love that. Now, while you are trying to answer this question, let me introduce. Okay, I want to relocate because I want a better opportunity. Okay, I'm seeing somebody who was saying something about children. Interesting. For the sake of your family, for the sake of your children, for greener pastures, to advance your all of those things are very beautiful reasons. Very beautiful reasons. Very beautiful. To take healthcare delivery to foreign land. Interesting. You want to test your skills on a different foreign land. Interesting. I love that. I really do. From the depth of my heart, this conversation this evening is to support you, to ensure that you get what you really want. I am a Christian. I am a Christian, and for that reason, being a Christian affects a whole lot of things of what I do. I believe that I am a global citizen living in Nigeria. Right now, I'm speaking to you from Lagos, Nigeria. I travel a lot. So this evening, as I speak to you right now, I'm in Lagos, Nigeria. So what am I trying to say? I am a global citizen who is currently residing in Nigeria. Tomorrow I can be in Belgium. The next time I can be in South Korea, in Canada, in Germany, in Russia. I can choose to be wherever I want to be. That's me. And so I also want you to know that you are a global citizen who chooses his or her location, change of environment, better life and career progression. I love that. The only thing I'm interested in knowing is that you are not desperate. Because if you are desperate, whosoever is interviewing you will find out. Interviewers are trained to spot desperation. Let me say it again. If there is anything you need to take note, or one of the things you are going to be taking note from what I'm going to be sharing with you this evening, is that interviewers are trained to spot desperation. If you're in Nigeria like I am, or on your nationality, it is included that you're a Nigerian, or based on when you were filling the form, you started the job application process, you indicated your address and it is indicating that you are in Nigeria. For those in Nigeria, please listen to me. What I'm about to say is for you. The entire world knows what went down some months ago. I don't need to remind you. We are still battling it. The case, you know what is happening in Nigeria. What am I trying to say? They know that anybody from Nigeria is trying to run away from something. So if you are desperate, in addition to what they are looking for, in addition to the PR that already exists in Nigeria, if you are desperate in addition to what we are dealing with in Nigeria, you most likely will lose that application. You most likely will lose that opportunity. I don't have issues with your answers. Even for somebody who said he or she is going for greener pastures, no problem. No problem. The only problem is that if you are desperate about it. Another problem is that if you can't speak what you want in their language, that's a big problem as well. It means you are speaking your desires. It means you are speaking your needs. You are not interested in what you are coming to do for them. All they can hear from what you are saying, your response on the interview session is what I want, what I want, what I want. Greener pastures. Oh, this, oh no. Another thing you should do, we have not started yet, but I'm just trying to give you some very important information as we get right in. Whenever you are asked anything on any interview session, remember to communicate your desires in the language of your interviewers. Okay, let me leave that. We'll come right back to that, but let me go into the psychology I was trying to pass across. What is your psychology? At the root of your decision, what can we see? Can we see confidence or desperation? What exactly can we see? Can we see confidence or desperation? That's a very important question you need to answer. Like I said, these guys are trained. They are not there to frustrate you because of the country where you are coming from. They are not there to frustrate you because they don't like the school you attended. No. They are there to ensure that whosoever is coming on board has all he or she needs to fit into our system. So if you cannot communicate your value in words, that's problem. So now, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that, first of all, you need to agree with me. Winning any interview, acing any interview is first in your heart, is first in your mind before it happens in real life. Without looking at, okay, somebody is saying something that somebody is disturbing us. Whosoever is disturbing us, can you please mute?
I just muted the person.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Welcome.
Okay, in trying to explain the psychology of interview, what will make you ace your interview effortlessly, without looking at the dictionary, without looking at anything on the internet, I just want you to answer this question straight and direct. I need this class to be as interactive as possible. What is your definition of an interview? The English does not, you are not writing any exam. I am just asking, I just want to know your thoughts. Yeah, so please don't use dictionary as much as possible. Please don't use dictionary, don't use Google. I just want to know your thoughts. I just want to hear you. What do you think an interview is? I want to show you something very, very important. I'm waiting for your answers. I'm waiting for your answers. Okay. And Katrin is saying assessment given by employers. assessments given by employers. Interesting. I love that. It's a method to assess an individual. Interesting. I love that. Super nurse, a communication between two people. Interesting. I love that. Everybody have been saying assessment. Interesting. Evaluation. Interesting. But you said communication between two people. I like that. That is very close to what I have in mind. And Abimbola is saying interactive communication. I love that. Interaction between two people. I love that. An interaction between an applicant and an employer. Interesting. A platform to assess the employee's skills and ability. Interesting. I love that. I love that. I love that. While we are trying to come up with several definitions that you have, there is a psychology that drove the definitions you just gave. That is why I'm more interested. No, I've seen everybody's answers. I love them. I love the fact that you communicated the truth. However, let's not forget that we are here to learn. That is why I want to hold on to the response from Super Nurse. She said, it's a communication between two persons, interaction. And I've also seen that in other people's responses, interaction between two persons. Interesting. I love that. That is very true. I am on this side. You don't know me. I don't know you. Maybe if you turn on your videos, maybe there are some. Maybe I've met you before. I don't know. Maybe I've seen me before. I don't know as well. But right now, what are we doing? We are interacting. The difference between this conversation and an interview is that it's a learning session. It's a training session. I'm teaching on this subject, but don't forget, it's still an interaction, one way or the other. I am using my voice, you are using text. I am reading your responses. So we are having a conversation. We are interacting, we are communicating. But then the additional, what differentiates this conversation and what happens in an interview is the fact that it's an interview between two or more persons. Those two parties, one party is the employer or the recruiter, interviewer, whatever name they want to call. Those are the guys who are assessing you based on some people's definition. The other party is an employee, a potential employee, or a job applicant, whatever name we want to call it. Okay, let's use an interviewer and an applicant. So what am I saying? An interview, the simplest definition that will not put pressure on you when next you receive the invitation for an interview. The simplest definition that will not put any silly pressure on you is that an interview is a conversation between two parties in a formal setting. Most of the interviews are done in a formal setting. Most interviews are done in a formal setting, whether it is done physically in an office, or it is done on Zoom, or it is done on Microsoft Teams, whatever the platform is, you need to put it at the back of your mind. I don't know what definition is playing at the back of your mind that makes you get agitated when next you are called up for an interview. I don't know whatever definition is running, the script running at the back of your mind. I need you to rewrite the script and put it at the back of your mind to say that an interview is a conversation between two parties. I have defined the two parties, an interviewer and a job applicant in a formal setting, whether it's a physical office, brick and mortar, or it's a virtual platform, regardless, it's a formal setting. Now, when you know it's an interaction, there will be no need for unnecessary agitations. When you know it's a conversation between two people, you will not be apprehensive. Yeah, the first time you are getting on any platform to speak or you are talking to a stranger, I don't know. Okay, let me ask let me ask. Let's make it interactive a bit. How many people get agitated? How many people get shy when you are responding to a stranger who stood who stopped by at your office, or maybe a stranger you met on the bus? How many people get shy? You get apprehensive in order to respond to a stranger, somebody you've never met, who is asking you a very simple question. How many people get shy? How many people get apprehension? Catherine is giving me, is this saying that you get shy? I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. I really want to know, because at the root of this thing is the psychology. Babalola says she gets shy. Oh, if this is it, then we have a whole lot of work to do. Okay, you don't need to get shy. You don't need to get apprehensive. I'm not saying on an interview yet. It's not. We have not gotten to the interview yet. Just somebody, you are just meeting for the very first time. Somebody you are meeting for the very first time who needs a help from you. Somebody on the bus. Somebody who's by at your office, and the person is asking you, please, do you know so and so person? The person is asking you, can you please, I'm going to so and so place, can you help me with the direction? Somebody's just asking, somebody you've never met before. Okay, maybe in church you are welcoming first timers or anything. Just somebody you are meeting for the very first time, and somebody needs and is asking you a question, an innocent question. Who gets shy? I want to know. I want to know. If you get shy, please, there is no need to okay, I don't get shy, but always inquisitive to know. Wait, let's calm down. We'll get to that part. Let's calm down. Let's know. Let's take it gradually. Let's take it. I want to ensure that everybody on this call, I'm trying to see the number, 119 professionals. 119 professionals. I want to ensure that on your next interview, you ace it effortlessly. So I want us to carry as much as we can along on this journey. You're meeting somebody for the very first time, and the person is asking you, oh, I need this. I don't know if there are guys in this place. Yeah, you go to watch football and you're meeting somebody for the very first time. Guys or not, people go to places for the very first time, and you meet people you have never met before. And before we know it, 10 minutes down the line, you're already having a conversation that does not look like you don't know the person. Maybe at a party, maybe at an event, maybe in church, maybe at the office. Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. Okay, most answers, I don't get shy. Okay, we have first established that it's a conversation between strangers. Most of the time, you don't know who is interviewing you. So there is a stranger dimension in an interview. There is a stranger dimension. Most of the times, you don't know who is interviewing you. Most of the times. I repeat again, most of the times, you don't know who is interviewing you. So for that reason, me and you have been able to walk away from the stranger part of the conversation. You know how you deal with a stranger based on your previous experiences. Okay, now let's go to a formal setting, a formal environment. Maybe it is virtual or it is physical. A stranger in a formal setting, a stranger in a formal setting. Your We are nurses here now. We are nurses. So maybe a patient showed up and this is your first time meeting the patient. First time, that's a formal setting because you are at work. The person needs your help. And then the person showed up. And based on a few things, you need to administer drugs, injections, and all of that to that person. That person who is a stranger. Do you get shy? Do you get apprehensive? You want to give a stranger the injection he deserves based on prescription. You want to write him the drugs. I don't know, but do you understand what I'm saying? I've lost my people. People are not seeming to engage me any longer. Have you gone to eat? Or what is happening? I need answers in the comment section. Perpetual has answered. She said, no, I need answers. We are 124 in this room. Give me answers. You are trying to administer health care to somebody you've never met before. That is your formal environment. It's not your house. You are at work, so it's a formal environment. I'm saying no. I'm saying no. I don't get shy. I'm saying no. Okay, let's keep the answers coming. No, no. We have been able to deal with the stranger part of the conversation. Now we have dealt with the environment where you met the person. Based on your previous experiences, you don't get shy with talking to strangers who need a help from you. Or maybe you are the one who need help from them. You don't get shy. Okay, it's not a problem. We have now been able to establish that, okay, a stranger in a formal environment. Okay, interesting. Somebody saying nurses are not shy attending to patients. Very interesting. Then why do you get shy when you want to talk about what you do and how you want to help another institution? That's a very valid question you need to answer. We are dealing with the shyness part. I'm not talking about how to answer interview questions. I'm not telling you what to wear yet. I'm not telling you how to answer. No, we are just talking about the psychology, because if you lack confidence, even if you are saying the right thing, permit me to use this word, Otilo. I don't know if you know the meaning. I'm sorry if you don't know the meaning, but I hope you know the meaning. Interviewers, and if you understand what I said, please say something in the comment section. Interpret what I just said for them. Something is wrong somewhere. Who is that? Somebody's mic is on.
I just muted her now. Fidel.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Okay, there's an interpreter in the comment section. Deborah Oluchi is saying that Otilo means he don't go. I'm sorry, gone. Yeah. If you have the right answers to the question on an interview and you lack required confidence, come again, Otilo. Yeah, I'm sorry to our non-Yoruba speakers. There are some interpretation going on in the comment section. Please look at them. It will help you understand what I'm trying to say. Once your confidence is missing, forget it. Forget. If you like, sleep in anointing oil or whatever it is. If you miss out the confidence part, no matter what you say, but if you are confident, if you are very, very, very confident, sometimes even your wrong answers will be will be understood that, okay, maybe he does not know the answer, but it does not mean he does not know. He just does not have the right answer to this question. With confidence, you can win a whole lot. So this is why we want to fix the shyness part of you. We want to fix shyness. We want to fix apprehension. We want to fix that stuff that makes you jitter. We need to fix that. It's very, very important before we go in too far. It's very important. If you're enjoying this conversation, I want you to give me some answers in the comment section. This is a significant learning experience, and I hope you are catching the energy as I'm dishing it out. So I want to see the comment section. Are you enjoying it? Are you feeling it? Are you feeling it? Are you feeling it? In a matter of months, I want you to send me messages saying that, oh, Paul, thank you very much for what you did that evening. Well, what you did that afternoon. I've been able to relocate from Nigeria. I am now an healthcare worker in the US. Thank you very much, Paul. From Ghana, I moved to Canada. That's exactly what I want. So please give me that. Okay, thank you very much. I'm seeing those answers. Thank you very much. So now, how do we get you to move from where you are to become confident? How do we get you from where you are to become confident? Okay, We have talked about speaking to strangers in a formal setting. Okay, now, I asked you a question before we take it to the next level. I asked you a question. If you don't get shy of attending to your patients, if you are a trained nurse, you are trained to administer health care.
Give me one second. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I guess I solved that problem now. Continue, sir. I'm enjoying the program.
Now, okay, so I'm saying that if you are trained to administer health care to patients, people you have never met before, maybe you are even working in high-class hospitals, high-class clinic. You know the kinds of clinics I'm talking about, the hospitals where our celebrities visit when they need help. If you stay in Lagos, I've forgotten a few of those hospitals.
First Cardiology.
Yes, a few of their names just ran off my head right now, but I know a few of them.
Nicholas, people, Lagoon.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you very much, sir. Saint Nicholas, Lagoon. If you work in those places and you don't get shy of administering health care to our so-called celebrities, those people we look up to who have the millions rolling in their bank account, you administer what they need, you give it to them and go. You don't get shy. Why should you get shy when you're talking about your skills? Okay, Reddington, I see that. Why should you get shy when somebody's asking you about what you do, about your experiences? Why should you get shy when somebody's asking you about your qualifications, about your skills, about your experiences? They are just asking you the same thing you don't get shy about in administering. And when you are trying to answer that questions, you start salivating unnecessarily. You start sweating as if the village people, your village people just called you. You know the way we say it in this part of the world, just for us to laugh about it and all that. I am just asking you questions about your experiences, and right now, boom, everything ran off your head. No, now something is wrong somewhere. It's not village people. Let's not over glorify them. It's not village people. Let's fix you. It is you first. Your confidence is broken. This can be any reason. Some people dealt with life challenges when they were growing up. I don't know you, but you know you. You have lived with yourself for more than 20 years. You have lived with yourself for more than 18 years. You know you. I don't know you. I'm just meeting you for the very first time. And I'm not even seeing your face. So I don't know you enough. You know yourself well. Let's take a trip down. Let me take you memory lane. Let's go down memory lane. What exactly happened in your childhood? Are you from that family? Like I grew up I'm Yoruba. I don't know if you know what that means. My parents are, like the way I used to say it. I tell people that my parents are the ones who are Yoruba. I am not. I am from Jerusalem, the city of David. I just crack them up just for them to laugh, and then we have a good time. But what am I trying to say? I'm from Nigeria, Oyo State to be precise. If you for the Yorubas among us, or for those who live anywhere around the western part of Nigeria, I think it's not even a Nigerian thing or a Western thing. I think it's just somewhere, but I don't want to generalize. But hear me out. Did you grow up in an environment where they say, "Come on, keep short, you're a child. You don't talk where adults talk"? If you grew up in that environment, I want you to buzz the comment section. I want people to know that what I'm saying is very relatable. If you grew up in an environment where they, "Come on, keep short, what do you know? Adults are talking, you two are talking." Give me, give me, give me. You see, yes. Are you seeing the several yeses? Yes, yes, sure. Come on, keep short. Your daddy is talking, you two are talking. Your elder brother, your elder sisters are talking. You two, what do you know? You this child of 8 years old. And truly speaking, maybe they don't know what they are saying, and you have the answer, but you are told to shut up. Yeah. Maybe some of you remember, you see, especially if you are the most junior. Do you know that this thing happened for those who even went to boarding school? Boarding school. I don't know what happens outside Nigeria. I'm sorry if you can't relate and you are not a Nigerian. Maybe you can relate to my illustrations, but I want you to use my illustrations to go down memory lane and ask yourself, what affects my confidence while I was growing up? I love that. Oluchi is saying last ones are on the table. Interesting. I love that. How many people still stay around the living room when family friends, your father's friend, your mother's friends are visiting your family? Did you grow up in an environment where they say, come on, leave this place, daddy and mommy are talking, what are you doing here? And then you be like, okay, so it's only daddy and mommy that should talk. Okay. Then there is something. Exactly. You know what to do when mommy looks at you a certain way. You know what to you know what to do when she does something in a certain way. You must never exactly. You see, Chineye is saying she's from a polygamous home, total war. Do you see? Now, exactly. Do you see this? These are things that affect people's confidence. You don't know, but these are the things that affect your confidence. It's not that you don't know what to say. It's not that you don't have the right answers, but your confidence has been damaged. You don't talk in public. Have you had people say they know what to say? Just ask them, oh, you said, I'm not talking about interview session. I'm not talking, we are not talking about interview yet. Maybe you're in class while you were growing up. I'm still trapped because I do it to my children now. Priska, listen to me. For your sake, for your deliverance this night, and for the sake of your children, please don't do that again. Nobody should do that to you. Nobody should. You can talk to your children. Hear them out. Sometimes they have the best of answers. Sometimes they do. And sometimes they are wrong. All you just need to tell them, that thing is wrong. Don't do that again. But never shut them up. Never shut them up. I love that. Oluchi is saying childhood traumas. These things happen for real. These things happen for real. These things happen for real. Boarding school traumas. It affected your self-esteem. See, if your self-esteem is affected, forget confidence. Forget it. Forget it. There are people when we were in school when we were in class, they know what to say if you ask them to write it on paper. They know what to say. The moment you point your hand at them and say, you, Oluchi, what's the answer to this thing? Immediately, the answer in their head goes away with the rapture. I mean, that answer in their head, Otilo, where you went to, I don't know. I love the fact that people are sharing their experiences. This is a deliverance section right now. If you can identify those things that affect you, if you can identify those traumas, I bet you, if you can identify them, we are on our way to getting our confidence restored. We are on our way to getting the confidence restored. I can give you all the answers to interview questions. If your confidence is broken, if your confidence is missing, Kai, I write better than speaking. Who told you? Adeshola, who told you? Adeshola, who told you? Who told you? Who told you? I need you to answer, you specifically. I write better than speaking. Who told you? Don't you speak English? Can't you speak English? Can't you speak English? Don't you understand English? Who told you somebody did something to you? There is you can speak, Adeshola. So never. So you know what? I'm giving you a specific assignment, Adeshola, and to everybody who can relate to what Adeshola said. Move from a place. Move your speaking. Make your speaking better than writing. Not because writing is not good. Writing is good, but there are places they don't need you to write. They need you to speak. Open up your mouth and talk. Forget interview. Wait, we are still coming to interview. Like I'm meeting you at a place for the very first time, and I'm asking you certain questions, and you feel like, no, let me write my answers. Right? I'm staring at you in the face. And no, don't tell that to yourself. Don't tell that to yourself. You know, let me tell you something. This may be unfortunate. This may be unfortunate. I'm really sorry if you're a victim, but I want you to also know if you're a victim of abuse. Okay, somebody saying speaking is kind of easy and not too easy. Don't worry about the techniques. We'll get to the techniques later. Don't worry. You can always learn. Speaking is learnable. Anything you can learn, you can improve. Anything you can learn, you can improve. So don't worry about that. I just need your confidence to be restored. Some people's confidence are broken because they were victims of abuse, child abuse, sexual abuse, all manners of abuse. I'm not asking you to indicate in the comment section so that people will not go for you and go and be looking for you on social media. But if you know what I am saying, some people's confidence are broken because of these experiences. Bullying, beautiful, bullying, even from friends. Oh, interesting. This particular answer, I have a memory from that. I have an experience from that. In fact, these are the reasons when I went deep down inside. Oh God, there is not enough time for me to share my experience, but I know that from the way I've been asking these questions, I know most of you can see through yourself and see through what I'm sharing. That interview is not just about answering the right questions. It's more than just that. It's more. There is more. When I wrote my book, Interview Like a Pro, it wasn't because I was selling a book and I needed people to buy. No. It was because I figured out so many things people are not seeing. These are because it worked for me, it worked for my clients. And I was like, no, more Nigerians need to be delivered. More persons across the world need to know that there is more to interview than answering the right questions. This is just, we are still talking about confidence. So this is just about confidence. We have not gone into some other deeper things. There are deeper levels to these things. See, you can be this confidence that even if you don't know what you want to go and talk about, and somebody called you 1 hour before that, okay, Oluchi, by 10 p.m., you are going live to do something. Your confidence is intact. The only thing you need is just the knowledge you need to go and share. That's how I want you to start relating with this thing. An interview is a conversation between strangers in a formal setting, between two parties. Party one is the interviewer, the other party is the is the applicant. If you get your confidence fixed, you will have the conversation. Let me give you an example. Before I go into the interview session, give you a few of my interview experiences. I want to first show you something. I want to give you a story, and I want somebody to be able to relate with it. In In 2018, in 2018, I had the opportunity to attend a program hosted by Google Nigeria here in Lagos. And one of the speakers who was brought on that day was Fela Durotoye. I don't know how many of you know Fela Durotoye, um, um, 20, a 2019 presidential aspirant, Fela Durotoye. For those in Nigeria, I hope you know him. Okay, yeah, he was one of the speakers right at that event. In fact, he was the last speaker because he was the biggest speaker on the stage that afternoon. So during his session, he act exactly Tara's husband, exactly beautiful. I love that. We are very very up to date. I love that. Okay, so during his session, he asked, I am one of the people he pointed to in a stage of over 700 people and in a room of over 700 people. Fela Durotoye pointed to me. He pointed to 10 of us. I was one of those people he pointed to. And then when he called us out, he then said, you are going to introduce yourself. That's all. Tell us your name. Tell us your name and tell us your name and why you are here. Children of God, I'm using that not because I'm not trying to turn this conversation into a religious environment, but I'm trying to bring out some humor out of it. And children of God, when he asked me that question, when the mic was passed to me, I forgot my name. I mean, I forgot my own name. No, Kai, let me. This is not my first time speaking on stage. This is not it's not the stage, it's not the crowd. I'm telling you to be very candid. It's not the stage, it's not the crowd. I don't even know if it's village people, but I know something was wrong. As in my name, Fela Durotoye had to tell me, calm down. Do you need water? Inside of me, I was like, sir, I don't need water. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just cannot remember my name. It was like, calm down. I was like, calm down. In my head, I was like, sir, I'm calm. I just don't know what is wrong with me, but I'm calm. Exactly. Somebody saying enemy at work. I don't know what was wrong. So after some minutes, I was able to remember my name. Of course, you expect people to laugh now. They laughed. Kai, do you know the funniest thing? People who had the opportunity to remember their names and all of that, they took pictures with him. I mean, pictures. I can't tell you whether it's my name that affected me, but I know that I lacked the courage. I couldn't even say it. Me, that it took me like 3 minutes to remember my name. Is it me that will now tell him, sir, I want to take pictures with you? I mean, people who came out to tell their names and all of that, they were like, sir, we want to have pictures with you. I didn't even know what to say. As soon as I said what I wanted to say, I ran out of the stage and ran to go and cry. Village people at work. I started asking myself questions. What is wrong with me? I have spoken on several stages before. I have led conversations where thousands of people are. What exactly is wrong with me? Let me tell you what is wrong with me. There's an English word for it. I was starstruck. There's an English word for it. I was starstruck. When you are meeting somebody that you have always admired, haven't you seen people who meet celebrities and they start misbehaving? Somebody can, you know what our ladies do. So they will all pull their clothes. They didn't plan to do that. They didn't plan. It's a psychological response to something they are dealing with. We react in different ways, but there is a psychology to those reactions. When you see somebody you were not expecting, I'm trying to show you something. I'm trying to show you something, whether it's a conversation, because some interviews will not look like interview. I am saying it so that you will listen to me. Sometimes you might be interviewing, you're not even the person talking to you is not even the HR. Maybe the person talking to you is the chief nurse. Maybe somebody talking to you is the matron, and it does not look like an interview, yet it's an interview. I want you to understand what I'm saying. Okay, somebody's saying it is third block in nursing. Okay, interesting. I don't know that. I know it is called starstruck. When you're meeting somebody you have always admired for the very first time. How does this relate to our conversation this night? It relates to our conversation that it took me years before I was able to figure out what was wrong with me. That was when I recalled how many times my choleric father told me to shut up in the presence of my friends. How many times he told me to shut up in the presence of his friends. How many times he told me to shut up when I had the answer that was needed and everybody is saying the wrong thing. So my brain was programmed to shut up, not to disgrace my father. When that thing when they say, remember the son of whom you are. My own used to come with a shut up and to remember the son of. So when I now meet people like that, there is a script playing at the back of your mind. Remember the son of whom you are. It's better to shut up than to fumble. Remember the son of whom you are. These are psychological triggers why people go and fumble on interviews. We've been able to identify a few. And I hope that this conversation, my illustration, my examples have been able to help you look inward. Wait, how many of you have experiences of failed interviews? Please don't be shy. This is a learning environment. If you have experiences of failed interview, please don't be shy. Please say it in the chat. Please don't be shy. I'm not, nobody's going to see it. It's just going to be here. We want to use your experiences. Unamdi is saying that he has an experience of a failed interview. Okay, I want to see, okay, Oluchi is saying she has plenty. Cynthia is saying me. I want to see more hands. I want to see more answers. This is very interactive. If by the end of this conversation, if you cannot get it right, it means you have wasted our time. That is why I need your interaction. I need to help you from where you are to where we want you to be. Look at how much you have spent in terms of money for your nursing program. Some of you are registered nurses. And Nkechi is saying 2 visa interviews. That's big. Look at the time wasted. Look at the time wasted. Look at the money. Look at the
look for it now. That's why I called you.
A whole lot is happening. A whole lot. Now that we have people who are documenting their experiences, who are telling, okay, Taiwo is saying during a job interview, oh, that's really sad. Doris is saying 5 visa interviews. At the UN interview, I was asked where my sister works and I could not remember. Morenike is saying failed net. We are going to come to that network thing. We have don't worry, we are coming to that. 5 visa interviews. Honestly, I'm sorry. That's big, honestly. Oh, Aziza said she failed an interview and she got response few minutes ago. This is serious. I'm really sorry about that. I'm really sorry. Please know that we are here to learn. We are here to learn. Okay, now, for those who have experiences, look deep down. Look down. Tell the truth to yourself. You may want to drop it here in the comments. You may want to write it down somewhere. Tell the truth to yourself. Be objective. enough to tell yourself the truth. Why did you fail on that interview? I want you to tell me the truth. Be honest, be objective, be vulnerable enough to tell us the truth. Why did you fail the interview? Is it because you don't know what to say, or you were not well prepared? Was it because it was a lack of confidence, or you were anxious? Okay, and Olushola Esther is saying lack of confidence. Please be vulnerable enough. We are learning. Clara is saying fear of the unknown, low self-esteem, tension. Interesting. I'm loving these answers. I am here to help you. That's what we are doing. And I really, really appreciate Mr. Decency for bringing up this opportunity, this learning opportunity. Lack of confidence, tension. I'm happy. Thank you for sharing. Once I enter the panel, I automatically forget everything. That's tension. That's anxiety. Oh yeah, I'm reading your answers. Thank you very much for sharing all of these things. You have given me experiences of your failed interview that some of you have said, yes, I have failed interview experiences. Okay, now a whole lot more went down to tell us why they failed. Okay, Ogechi say, I have never failed an interview. Interesting. That's brilliant. Interesting. Oluchi says, lack of confidence. I wore an oversized suit. Yeah. There is a place of beyond the psychological root of confidence. If you don't dress well, your confidence will go away. It's not just all of these traumas, tensions we are talking about. If you are not dressed well, if you don't prepare well, adequate preparation boosts your confidence. We are going to get there. Don't worry, we are going to get there. Dressing well, even if it's a virtual interview, dress well, smell nice. Blaster your fragrance, your perf, put it everywhere or press them. There is psychology to those things. There is psychology. Okay, let me explain. Let me give you this trick. Let me give you this hack. While people are listening, while you guys are listening the answers, let me give you this hack. When next anybody annoy you, when next you are angry, you are sad, when next you are having a negative feeling, when next, stand before the mirror, force yourself to smile. Just no matter how awkward it looks, just open your teeth before the mirror. Do something like this and start to release your lips. Be facing the mirror. Stand before the mirror in less than 3 minutes. That thing that is wrong with you, if you do it, you will see that you will just start laughing. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Try it. Okay, let me give you a simpler one. When next you are talking to somebody over the phone, this one is simple, regardless of what you are talking about. Regardless of what you are talking about, when your next phone call after this session, go and stand before the mirror and be looking at the mirror while you are talking to the person over the phone. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Stand before the mirror, regardless of what you are talking with the person over the phone. Stand with the person over the mirror and be smiling at yourself while you are responding to the person. Be smiling while you are responding to the person. You will start saying things you didn't plan, and you will start feeling good about the conversation. It's psychology. You will start feeling good about the conversation that even the person over the phone will notice that something is wrong. Try it. It's an hack that works, especially if you are talking to your loved one. Maybe you are talking to your spouse, you are talking to your partner. Go and try it. You will start saying I love you like 500 times in 5 minutes. Try it. I bet you. Go and try it. You will start some poetic lines that you do not know, that you think you do not have brain. Some people, if they say, can you write poem? You say, no, I cannot write it. I don't do spoken words. No, you don't have to do spoken words. Stand before the mirror. Be talking to your partner or your loved one and be smiling before the mirror. some poetic lines that you don't know existed will be dropping and the person will be feeling it. It's an act that works. This is just to say, once you get it fixed inside, there are so many things that will affect your confidence if you do them right. This is one of them. I've mentioned a few things that impact your confidence. Okay, now let's come back to where we were. Now that we are back to where we were, some of you noted that you were tensed, you were anxious, you were not confident enough, and all of those things. Is there a part of your childhood, those traumas you experienced, is there a part of it that has a root in what we are talking about? Are you suffering from the effect of your childhood traumas, those bullies, those abuses? Because we didn't mention those things for mentioning sake. I mentioned those things so that you can internalize, so that you can look deep. Look at those things. What are the effects of your childhood experiences, your teenage experiences that is telling on your confidence level, that is telling on your self-esteem? What are those things? What are those things? In fact, if you have experiences you can remember, one time somebody slapped you and you fell down, and or maybe you were on a stage, you were called up to the stage, only for you to realize that your trousers, the zip was spoiled or something. Just remember those experiences. I was treated like I don't have enough to get it right. You see, people are beginning to talk. I love that. Now let's keep them coming. All of these things we are trying to do, we are trying to say, is to let you know, if you don't fix you, I can't help you. I mentioned all of those things. To help you look inward. So now we have talked about confidence. Let's go into something else. While we were talking about confidence, I told you about adequate preparation. Adequate preparation boosts your confidence. So let me say it again. Adequate preparation boosts your confidence. Adequate preparation of what to wear. Whether it's a virtual interview or a physical interview, look sharp, look well, smell nice. Whether it is virtual interview or not, smell nice, look dope. Those are adequate preparations. What are other preparations you need to make? Necessary research. This research, in fact, it's a whole chapter in my book. The research part is a whole chapter. What should you research about? Some of you have never left the shores of Nigeria, and you're applying for a job opportunity in Canada. You're applying for a job opportunity in the US. Some of you have never even been to Lagos. Research. That's what I'm trying to say. Research the country you are going to. Research their health policies. Research everything about their health. You should know. Research about the country. Research about the policies that has to impact your work. Research. I'm saying that again so that you hear me in your dream. Research about the organization you are going into. Research. Okay. There are a whole lot of things to do about adequate preparations. I just mentioned all of those things for you to take note of. That is not enough. There are more things to do about preparations, but I just needed you to get a few of those things. Like I said, okay, let me give you another idea of what to research. What's your market value? What's your market value? That's a very interesting question. You need to answer. What is your market value? Yeah. Let me not dwell on that too much. Okay, somebody's already giving Expo the mission and vision of the hospital. That's good. These are necessary preparations because you need to know the organization you are going into. Interesting. I love that. Let's keep them coming. So aside research, aside those preparations, what else do you need to do? Now let's go, let's take it there. If it's a physical interview, there is a way to approach physical interview. Fellow Nigerians, when you go for physical interviews, that's not the time to go and be charging your phones. I'm saying that to my Nigerian people. I'm sorry if you are feeling attacked. I am not attacking you. I'm saying when next to go for interview in a physical space, that's not the time to go and charge your phone. Amaka, please help me tell Amaka. Nkechi, tell Amaka. Amaka, tell Nkechi. Ogechi, tell Eniton. Adeshola, tell oh yeah, say it. When you go, say it in the comment section. I want you to tell one another. When next you go for a physical interview, that's not the place to go and charge your phone. I want to see it in the comment section. Please say it. Some people are not responding. No. Okay, Supernose said I should tell Chika. That's not the place. Don't go and be charging your phone. That's not the place to go and be checking, babe. That's not the place to be checking, babe. That's not the place to be pressing your phone, to be taking. Okay, they say I should tell Ola. Ola, that's not the place to be pressing your phone. Once you show up at the gate for a physical interview, whether if it's for job or it's a visa interview, as soon as you walk in through the gate, the interview has started. Ugechi, thank you. Don't go and be asking somebody for charger. Yes. I will tell Margaret. This is more than just charging phones. That is not the place to be pressing your phone, to be replying WhatsApp messages, to be doing Facebook, to be watching Instagram reels. Some of you, the village people that is worrying you is you. That's where you're going to be making loud phone calls and be screaming at the top of your voice and be telling them, I will call you. And you know what? No, now. Stop. You are the village person affecting yourself. Adeagbo is saying that, sister, Ejo, you have an Android charger. So you know yourself. You know what you used to do. So that's it. Those are the things you should do. Now, aside all of those things, you should know that even the gate man is a stakeholder in that organization. I am not saying that the gate man is your interviewer. I am not saying that there are CCTVs all over the place. Oluchi, somebody have asked you for power bank during interview, have you? Okay. I am not saying that. Okay, to say don't go and be taking selfie. You see, I am not saying the gate man is the interviewer. I am not saying the secretary, the PA that's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that they are stakeholders in that organization. Whether you are the visa office and you are the embassy, wherever you are, all of those people in that organization, as long as you don't know them, even if the person is a fellow interviewee, they interview that person like, consider that person as a stakeholder, just as you are a stakeholder. Because if you are not needed, you won't be invited for the interview. It is because you are a stakeholder. That's why you were invited for the interview. So whether the person is working in that place already, or the person is going to be interviewed just as you are going to be interviewed, all of you are stakeholders. Have that stakeholder mentality. That's not the place to go and be doing misbehaving. I'm not saying you should not connect with people. Connect, greet people, be very cautious. Be very courteous. Greet people, be respectful. Oh, good morning. How are you doing? My name is so and so. Introduce yourself. Get to know the next person. Greet them well. That's what I'm saying. But I'm not saying you should go and be asking them, please, aside this place, where other place did you apply for? Please let me take down your number so that if they did not employ us, we will open a WhatsApp group. That's not what I'm saying. That's not. Let's open a WhatsApp group so that we'll be knowing the updates. So that you will send me past question and interview past question. Because I applied in Redding, you know. Did you apply for St. Nicholas? Because I also applied. Did you hear that their interview is next week? And I had. Do you have the past question? No, no. You are a stakeholder. Don't be disgracing yourself and your generation. You are a stakeholder. Behave as one. Comport yourself. Greet people. Relate with people well, but don't overstep your boundary. Don't be the noisemaker in the room. That's not the place to press your phone. That's not the place to pick calls. Put your phone on silence. Whether it's a physical interview or a virtual interview, avoid distractions. At that time, your phone is a distraction. If you are going for physical interview, go with all the necessary documents, all the necessary hard copy. Don't tell them that Shebi I sent it to them. Shebi they have it. Shebi I sent it to them as email. Really? I know you're applying for international opportunities. I understand. Maybe you are not having these experiences, but I'm saying it to some people who are already in the United States already and who are trying to apply for these things. Don't let this Nigerian thing carry you there. And they will not be using you as an example of why we should not employ Nigerians. Don't disgrace us. We use God beg you. Now, dress well. I don't even need to tell you about dressing well. Dress well. Dress well. Just to fit the profession that you have. You are a nurse. You are an healthcare professional. Please represent us well with your dressing. Dress well. Smell nice. Dress well. Smell nice. But don't kill us with your perfume. Some of us have we have what nurses, you should know these things now. Some people have issues with smell. If your perf is too much, it affects our breathing, it affects our respiratory system. You should know. Please don't overdo it. Do it, don't overdo it. All of those things are for physical interview. But the real meat of this kind of interview, we have several kinds of interview anyway. But now I want to go straight into virtual interview. I want to quickly drop these tips before we go into question and answers. And sorry, I'm going to be giving you a few interview questions. Yes, definitely, we are coming to that. There is a psychology of colors. No. There is a whole lot to this thing. Definitely, we can't even talk about them in the entire 2 hours that we have. There is a whole lot to this thing. There is a psychology of colors. I'm telling you the truth under God. There is a psychology of colors. Whether you agree or not, that is why you consider some things beautiful, and somebody will see it and be like, is it that thing? Beautiful? No, there is a psychology to these things. Don't worry, we'll get there if time permits. And if time does not permit, I have a resource material available. It's more than just about colors. It's more than it's a compendium. I am not just sharing. Okay, maybe I didn't tell you. If you check me up on social media, you will know that I got into Lagos Business School by acing my interview. I've been able to help others do the same. I'm not a nurse. I studied mathematics in the higher institution. I'm a data analyst and a coach by profession. However, I have aced several interviews that got me lots of opportunities. I've documented all of my strategies, plus the ones that assisted my clients to do the same, to win across several opportunities. Don't worry, we'll get there. How do you write down these tips? These tips are for virtual interview. Number one, prepare for your virtual interview as if it is a physical interview. Moses, can you hear what I'm saying? Inkiru, Abiyabi, no, let me not pronounce your name. I can't call well. Superstar. Prepare for a virtual interview as if it is a physical interview. Adeshola, all of you have gone down. I don't know where you went to. You have left me alone in this place. Nobody is dropping comments again. Oluchi, all of you should come back here. Number one tip, prepare for this thing as if it's a physical interview. Prepare for a virtual interview. Because if it's an international opportunity and some of you are still here in Nigeria and you want to be interviewed by an organization based in Germany, based in the UK, based in the US, most likely it's going to be a virtual interview. So you need to prepare well. Number two, you need to get familiar with video conferencing tools. You need to get familiar. Some of you, even on this call, you don't know how to behave on Zoom. You were screaming at somebody, and yet this thing was you have unmute yourself, and you were screaming at your child. You know yourself. It's just I did not see you. Somebody was busy screaming at her child, and yet she was on we are on a Zoom call. You didn't know that you have unmute yourself. I'm sorry if I'm attacking you. Please forgive me. I'm just a small boy. I'm just saying that you need to get familiar with video conferencing tools. Know when you unmute. Know when you mute. Know what to do. Know how to use Microsoft Teams. Know how to use Zoom. Know how to use Google Meet. These three are the most common that I know that they would use. I don't know. I don't know if Mr. Yekachi, do you have any other platforms they use outside? Okay, somebody's saying Skype. Can you please tell us of any other platforms they use? Microsoft Teams, Skype, Zoom, and Google Meet.
Sometimes
Do
they
we have
do
any
just,
other platform?
yeah, sometimes some institutions will do just call, like phone call. So it will not
Okay,
be
phone
like they
call.
will see you, yes. Some people will just
Okay,
do
okay,
like just call, yeah.
okay, interesting. Thank you very much. So let's blend the two of them together. Let me give you a tips that will help on two. Whether it's a video call, or a phone call, regardless of the platform, how should you do? Another rule, get a quiet place, because you will be informed ahead of time that you have an interview. That's not the day to go to market. If you live in Lagos like I do, that's not the place to get into BRT. Okay, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Get a quiet environment. If you need to take your children out of the interview, please do that. Interesting. Some will even ask you to respond to interview questions and send them videos. Interesting. Now we are having a virtual call now. Look at me. In fact, this is another rule. Some of you, when you are having video calls, video interview, you are too close to the camera. This is how some of you used to do on the camera. So the only thing we'll be seeing is your head. And so when you move your eyes, they can see it. No. No, you need to shift back a bit. They should see your head. They should see your chin. They should see your shoulder. They should see your chest. You see this chest level? If you need to use your hands, let them see it. Do you see what I'm saying? This shows confidence, man. I move, I gesticulate when I'm speaking. It means that for you to gesticulate, it's a level of confidence. People who are shy, you know how they appear on stage. You know how they do when they are speaking. Those are people who stand one place, they sit down one place, and they be talking as if they speak too much, something will fall on them. No. It's a virtual interview. Be full of energy. Speak. Position your camera well. Let there be enough light. I'm speaking to those who are going to be having video calls or video interviews. That's pre-recorded interview where you are going to record your answer to their questions. Let there be enough light. Don't tell them, manage this one. You don't know what we are dealing with in our country. NEPA, PHCN. No, you are applying for an international opportunity. Remember, I said it at the beginning, you are a global citizen. Behave like one. Behave like one. Let there be enough light. Let there be camera spacing. Use a bright camera. Don't tell them that they will manage the one that I have. No, don't let them manage you. Let them see the best form of you. Don't let them manage you. Give them the best version of yourself. You are a professional. There is a difference between when your camera is my camera is at right now is at landscape. Look at it. If I put it in portrait, or what's the name? It's showing a different thing entirely. It's showing a different thing entirely. You should know the difference. How do you want it to be? Right now, my camera is slightly bent. There's a difference between the two. No, if you do it like this, you are shortchanging yourself. No, give them enough space. Some of you are not fully prepared for the interview, and that's understandable. That's understandable. So you need, maybe you have some answers somewhere you want to be looking at. You don't want them to catch you. I'm not saying you should cheat, though. Please listen to me before you go and abuse it and you say it's Paulo. Please listen. There are sometimes you need some aids in front of you just to help you. So because you have a space, I can look at my looking at what I want to look at now, and in between conversations. Right now, I'm looking at something else, and you don't know because I'm moving my part of my body. But imagine if I'm doing like this. It's very obvious that I'm distracted. But I can do like this, and they don't know I'm looking at something. They see that I am the one moving, but they know that I'm moving to look at what I want. That's just a camera act. Another thing is test your devices. Test your devices, your phones. Test them. Test your camera. Test your network speed. Most importantly, test your network speed. Mr. Yekachi and I were speaking shortly before this conversation. That time we were speaking, we were having issues with network. At that time, I was using Airtel when the network was going off. I know that if Airtel is having issues with a WhatsApp call at that time of the evening, I can't trust it for this conversation. What did I do? I switched immediately to MTN. That's it, man. Abundance mentality. Don't say, I will manage what I have. Manage what you what? No, that's not the best time to manage. You need to put yourself out there. Test your devices. Test your network speed. Test the lighting of your environment. Test the brightness of your camera. Test these things. Like I said, write a few notes just to help your memory. Help your memory. Help your memory. Write your answers in your own words. Maintain a good posture. This is not the time to be bending and be doing as if you are begging. No, maintain a good posture. Be well seated. You are acting as if it's a physical interview. So you are well seated. You are not slightly bent. Your position can mean a different thing from the recruiter's and the interviewer's perspective. Most importantly, show up before this agreed time. Show up at least 5 minutes before the agreed time. Nkechi, repeat it to Kabira. Show up at least 5 minutes before the agreed time. Your village people can be waiting for you. The only way to avoid them is to show up before. Oh. Some of you who have failed experiences with this thing should put it in the comment section. Let people know that sometimes lateness to virtual interviews can cause you to miss out. It's not because you are not well prepared. It's not because you don't know what to say. It's because you were late. And lateness will increase your tension if you are not asked to come in immediately. When you are not in the room, they can be calling you, say, we are finding you, we can't see you. They can send you an email for people who are kind and compassionate. Nkechi, where are you? And you say, no, I don't know what's wrong with me. Oh, sorry. Show up. Have at least two different network providers, Like I said, when my conversation with Mr. Oyekachi wasn't going the way I wanted it on Airtel, I know that I need to switch to MTN and ensure you allow this happen. You know why? You may think you have data. In fact, let's not even do it. Ensure you buy another data bundle before that session. I'm using my phone for this conversation right now. I'm using my phone. I'm not using my system. I'm using my phone. You can use your phone, but ensure, I repeat, ensure to the best of your ability, ensure that that's not your personal, your home line, your mobile line, because somebody can call you. Somebody can call your phone. And once somebody calls your phone, and your phone is the one supplying the internet, Otilo, come again, say after me, Otilo. If you must use your phone, ensure that the network you are using, the data you are using is connected to a different device. Maybe another phone is supplying and you are connected using Wi-Fi. Maybe you have a MiFi like I do. I have a MiFi. I have two. The other one is inside the room. The one I'm using here is this one, a MiFi. So if you call this phone right now that I'm using, all I need to do is to end the call. You listening to me, you will not know what happened. I will just end the call and then we'll continue the conversation. Why? The device powering the data I'm using on this call is not this phone. This phone is just receiving it and transmitting this call. This is the device that is sending out the data. Do you understand what I'm saying? Sometimes it can be another phone. Sometimes it can be a MiFi. Sometimes it can be a router and all of these things. You know what I'm talking about. That's it. So that calls don't affect you. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Now, if it's a phone call, it's almost the same thing. Get a cool place to speak well over the phone. You would have been told. That's not the time to be asking, hey, who is that person calling? You know the way some people used to behave like tout. And so you do not know who is calling me. You're asking me what's my name. What's your name if you want to talk to me? And come on, go away. No, auntie, calm down. You are the one that needs to jack back. You are the one that wants to defend you want to help your children. You are looking for greener pastures. Now they have called you. You are doing like Adeagbo. No, calm down. Be interesting to talk with over the phone. Let's have, good afternoon. My name is Paul Adeagbo. Can I know who is talking, please? That's it. Can you put your phone on flight mode? Yes. But ensure once you put your phone on flight mode, ensure you put on your Wi-Fi again. Because if you are connected before and you turn on your flight mode, it will turn off your internet application again. In fact, if you are using your Bluetooth AirPods, I'm not using my AirPods this evening, but anytime I'm using my AirPods on my phone and I click flight mode, Bluetooth will automatically turn off. Automatically. So I'll have to click it again and reconnect it. That's what I'm trying to say. Those are just you knowledge of devices. What about do not disturb? I don't trust do not disturb. I don't trust it. I don't trust do not disturb. So now I've given you all of those tips and tricks. Now let's go to the questions. How should you answer the questions? First of all, you need to know that they are going to be asking you questions about you, the individual. They're going to be asking you questions about your experiences. They're going to be asking you questions about your knowledge, your skill set. They're going to be asked, they are now going to be testing your knowledge about you, what you know about them, and other things that concern them. Interesting. Somebody said she just tried what I said. That's it. That's it. It works. You need to have a knowledge of all of these devices. Don't allow data to finish. I repeat, don't allow your data to finish. Your skill set is your set of skills. Your set of skills. You are a nurse. Aside for giving people injections, even though I tell nurses that you guys don't give injections, you guys stab injections. You stab us injections. That's it. Take me to court. I'm the one that said it. You guys stab us injections. Anyway, that's my experience. I'm not saying that's what all of you do. That I'm just saying I had one experience while I was a teenager. In fact, it's more than one. It's more than an experience. I think it's about two or three. I was stabbed more. I will never forget. I don't know her name, but I know you. May God forgive you. That nurse that did those things to me. So what am I trying to say? You know your skill set. You know your skill set. What is required of you to have as a nurse? I mean, first of all, your hard skills. Your hard skills means the skills you are supposed to possess based on your profession. What a nurse should know how to do. You shouldn't be expecting an accountant to do it. Those are skills that come. Priska says she will call police for me. Okay, call it now. There are skills that comes based on your education, based on your profession. There are things you can do that accountants cannot do. Those things are called hard skills. Those things are called hard skills. Those things are called hard skills. What are those things? Healthcare administration, or maybe I don't know what they are called. You guys are nurses. You should know. Have those details at the back of your hand, because they might be asking you questions on them. What has been your experience as a nurse in the last 3 years? Then you want to be speaking the grammar that they can relate with. You don't want to be speaking grammar that only accountants can speak and we reconcile accounts. Who sent you? What do you do as a nurse? You know what you do. You support medical doctors. You know what you do. You support the aged. You support children. You know what you do. Those are hard skills. Transferable skills. These are skills you can take from one. Technical skills like assessment, drug administration, and all that. I love that, Queen. Thank you very much. Now you should also know transferable skills. Compassion. It is expected of you as a nurse, as an healthcare professional, that one of your transferable skills should be compassion. You should be kind and compassionate. You should be empathetic. I hope you are not one of those people that, hey, go and sit down, we'll come and attend to you. Come on, is that why you are crying? It's not paining you now. Come on. Oh, now this small injection. Is that why you're not crying? See your face. No. Now, I also want to remind you, okay, communication skills, interesting. Attribute, interesting. You should know that you are applying for an international opportunity. I need to remind you this. I need to flog this thing in your medulla oblongata. You are applying for an international opportunity. So you need to know a few things more than just your knowledge of your profession. What country are you going to? What are their healthcare policies? What are the policies that govern nurses? You should know those things. Okay, maybe you are nurses for the elderly. What are those things that happen in those countries? You should know those things. You should know those things. You should be able to answer questions to those things. If you are being asked, and what will you do differently when you are being hired, that's not the time to be saying, I will buy food for my oga, I will sweep the office, eh, or somebody's asking you what you used to do on your current employment. Even though you are the nurse, you are the accountant, you are the whatever. On that conversation, you are a nurse. Don't tell them anything else you are doing aside being a nurse. That's not the time to be telling them that um you you have a, except you want them to know because it's going to give you an additional opportunity. But you're not even supposed to. Are nurses supposed to have pharmacies? Are you supposed to own pharmacy? I don't know. I'm just asking. Okay, Bossa is saying gbogbo nishe. No. So now give them information that is based on their policies in their country. Don't be giving them answers based on what happens in Nigeria. If not, come on, repeat after me. Otilo. You should be knowledgeable about their healthcare policies. Know, because what happens here in Nigeria is different from what happens in Canada. Their healthcare policies are different. How they take care of the aged are different. How they administer care to the children. You can't go there and be shouting, "Come on, give me your Botox and let me give you injection." No, no. You should know all of those things, because when you know all of those things, in one way or the other, it will impact the way you are going to respond to their interview questions. Let me quickly give you a few questions that you are likely to meet. I have a list of them in my book, but then I have a list of them and some guidelines that can help you with some answers. The book currently sells at 5,000 naira. Interview like a pro. If you are interested in learning and taking a bit further, all I have shared this evening, I can give it to you because you are listening to me, and I'm interested in contributing to your international application, getting into the global market. You can pick it at a 50% discount between now and 11:59 p.m. this night. Just find a way of send. My name is Paul Adeagbo. This name you are seeing here on any social media platform, just send me a message that I was here on this conversation and you told me that we can reach out to you to get this resource material. I promise you, if this material will not help you on your interview, on your next interview, in addition to all I've shared, call me, send me a message that I bought your book, I read it, I went for my interview and I failed at it. Tell me, I will refund your money back with a full apology on my social media platform. I'm serious. That's how it works. In fact, if you are ready to do this right now, I can even set up a mock interview session for every one of you who are willing to jump on this opportunity to take you a bit more into all of these things. Thank you very much. 50% discount is 2,500. You can jump now. Let me give you a few questions and a kind of framework that can assist you. Now, where they are asking you questions like, if you are the one who select somebody for this job, what kind of person would you select? Okay, I'm responding to Rofina. It is soft copy. It is soft copy. Yeah, it's soft copy. Easy to read. Easy to read. The book is 56 pages. Yes, it's something you can read under 2 hours. Soft copy is ebook. You will read it. You have access to it almost immediately. As soon 56 pages, but it's not just ordinary 56 pages. It is 56 pages that will transform your next interview, your next time on interview. Yes, I mean every word that I said. It is because my profile was not read. Look me up on social media. Okay, I don't know you. You said if it is printed out, I don't know you. I don't know how to ship it to you, but don't worry. We are taking it to Amazon shortly. So if you need it printed out, you can always order from Amazon. But until then, you don't want to postpone what you need now till when we are going to print it. except you are not serious about what you want, about getting the international opportunity that you want. I'm just saying. They can be asking you questions about your weaknesses. They can be asking you questions about your strengths. How do you answer those questions? There are framework to that, especially the question on weaknesses. Don't fall for that trap. It's a trap. Question based on your weaknesses are a trap. At the same time, I know somebody, you want to go and check Google. How do I respond to questions based on that's asking me? That's asking me about my weaknesses. You want to go and check Google? I pity you. You're not the only one. No. Yes, I'm the same person as Prof. Paul. Yes, I am the same person. And don't I have a shiny head with a black suit. Yes, if you look at it, black suit, fine boy. Yeah, that's it. That's me. That's me on Facebook. If you look at my cover photo, and my cover photo is the same book, Interview Like a Pro. That's it. Yeah, Prof. Paul. Action takers, send me a message. I'm going to send you the link to purchase the copy, 50%. Now, this is what I'm saying. I know you are tempted to say, Paul, I don't need your book. I'm going to go and check it on Google. I pity you. Try it. Otilo, do you know why? You're not the only person who has access to Google. You are not the only person. Aside that, people are giving cliche answers to interview responses. Cliche answers. Cliche answers. Cliche are things that are overflogged. They are overflogged. And Jack said that. Jill said that. Jude said that. You two, you are coming to say the same thing. These people are trained interviewers. They know where they may not know where you copied it from, but they know it is copied. They know it was copied. There are answers. How do you answer your weaknesses question? First of all, admit that you have a weakness. Because you are not Jesus. You are not Jesus. You are not Jesus. Admit that you have a weakness. It is first of all, admit, yeah, I have a weakness. Mention the name of the weakness. Now, be very careful about the weakness you select. Don't go and say, I'm addicted to my phone. If you say it, come on, say it after me. Otilo, be very careful about the weakness you are choosing. Admit it. Be very careful about the weakness you are selecting. That's number 2. Number 3, my Facebook name is Paul Adeagbo. This name you can see. Okay, somebody saying my weakness, I found out especially, oh, I can't see that comment again. However, what I'm trying to say, let it be a weakness that will not paint you in a negative light. That no, can we trust this person? God, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for the link. Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate it. Now, what am I saying? I'm saying that what am I saying? I'm trying to say that don't let it be an answer that will paint you in a negative light in front of these guys. You know why? They are considering you for a job application. Don't go and shoot yourself in the foot. Don't go and tell them what they are not supposed to hear. Give them a weakness and let them know that you are. Tell them what you are doing to ameliorate the weaknesses. Okay, I'm taking a class already. Okay, I'm undergoing a therapy session already. Let them know. It's not in, okay, you frown, not caring for your, I've forgotten what you said, but however, thank you very much for your response. What I'm saying is that calm down, give them something, but don't let it be something that will affect your application. And let them know that you are already trying to reduce the impact of your weaknesses. I'm taking a class already. I'm undergoing a therapy session already. Something like that. Do you understand? Okay, they're asking you, do you have a job? Okay, you neglect yourself. Interesting. I like that, but I don't know. Are you sure this answer you gave, if we check it for nurses and their weaknesses, are you sure we will not find this answer on Google? I'm just asking. I'm not saying you copy, though. But I'm just saying, be very careful. That's one of the reasons why you don't. There are certain things you don't go to Google to learn. You don't go to YouTube to learn. Why? Because you're not the only one who have access to this platform. You're not the only one. Yeah. Now, if they now ask you, are you considering other opportunities? Chinyere, what will be your answer? I'm just saying, I'm not saying they are going to ask you this question, but I'm just saying, Chinyere, if you are asked, are you considering other positions? Are you applying to other places? Chinyere, what will you say? I need to see your answer in the comment section. These people have left me alone. Oh. They went to Facebook.
No, they are still
Come.
they are still here.
They went to. You want to go and see my fine face? Don't worry, you will see the fine face. I know you want to buy the book. Yes, I know. Calm down. All of us are here. Okay. Okay. No, not at the moment. Okay. Okay. If you are saying no, and you are applying for that opportunities, isn't that a lie? I'm just asking you a question. I'm not your pastor, but I'm just saying. I'm just asking you. If you are truly applying for other things and you are asked the question, what would you say? Okay, somebody say yes. Now, okay, let me give you this vibe that we have here in Nigeria. You remember those times when we used to write JAMB and institutions that we did not choose as first choice used to have issues with us. That's the same thing.
Okay.
This is a trap question. This is another trap question, just as the one on this on your weaknesses.
Let me check again. I've not checked this morning. I'm in a Zoom meeting now.
You have to be very careful about that. A whole lot of questions. What motivates you? What are your short and long-term goals? What do you do to what have you done to improve yourself in the last 1 year? A whole lot of questions. They also want to find out from you. Nurse, you're an healthcare professional. Tell us about your health. A whole lot of questions. A whole lot of questions. There's a whole, see, we can't exhaust the question here. How about if we talk about questions you should be asking? Some people go, okay, some people go to interview questions to interview, and you are the one asked questions. You don't have any question for these people. No, now you can do better, Nkechi. Superstar, you can do better. It's a two-way conversation. Ask them, let them ask you questions, you to ask them questions. What are the questions to ask? It's a whole lot. But at this point, I'm opening the room. Oh yeah, ask questions. There's a whole lot to consider. There is a whole lot that you have to talk about what to wear. We have to talk about what to say, the kinds of questions to ask. We have to talk about how to position your market value. We have to talk about your market value. That's very, very significant. I know some of you, when they tell you 1,000 US dollars, now, you're already calculating, oh God, 1,000 US dollars, based on the way Naira is right now, it means like 850 times 1,000 or more. I don't blow. Me, I'm currently collecting like 210,000. An organization is promising me, promising me $1,000. No, auntie, calm down. Calm down. Don't be like Esau, who sold his birthright because he was desperate. Calm down. I know the Naira you are used to is different from the dollars that they are promising you. Calm down. What is your market value in dollars? That's a significant answer. What is your market value in dollars? With the experiences you have, with the skill set you have, with all of the things you have done, what is your market value in dollars? If you don't get this well, even if you pass the interview, they can give you anything you want, and you won't be able to negotiate the offer that you deserve. You won't be. The sweetest part of interview is at the point of negotiating the offer, negotiating what you deserve. Now that one sweet pass. Time is up. We can't go into that conversation. However, jump on the 50% discount. I promise you, this book will help you, will change your life. If it does not, after you have read it and gone for your next interview, like I'm saying, I'm also making available a mock interview session for everyone who are going to jump on this offer. We're going to prepare you. I'm going to carry Mr. Onyedikachi alongside this thing. I'm not going to be removing him out of it. He's still going to be a part of this thing. He's going to be a significant part of it. I'm not ruling him out. I'm asking you, let's do this thing together. But this time around, of course, with my support, with my experience, let's do this together. If this thing will not work for you, I will refund your money with public apology. I've done it for 309 other clients, and I'm saying, let's do it again. Let's do it again. I'm going to be dropping the link to the book. I'm going to send it to Mr. Onyedikachi after this conversation. I'm going to go and put, you are going to see, the book is currently 5,000 naira, but I'm going to make it accessible to all of you at 50% discount. Jump on it, I promise you. Jump on it. And I'm going to be sending him a WhatsApp link as well. Everybody, I'm going to put the WhatsApp link after you have purchased the book. You'll be able to join the WhatsApp group after you have purchased the book. In that WhatsApp group, all of us will meet. We are going to have a group mock interview session, and I promise you, it's going to change your life. It's going to step up. Imagine if this is what we have done for 2 hours. You have not even asked question.
Mm-hmm.
The light of God, may God provide for you. Please add 500. May God provide for you. I've taken that book away from 5,000 naira. I've done the best that I can. May God bless you.
Thank you.
In fact, 2,500 is too small for what you are looking for in Obodo Yibo. Get 500. God provide for you. So now, if you want to ask me questions, you can fire up.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Paul. I mean,
yes,
we
I
are
offer
so
career
blessed.
coaching. I offer. Let me sell my service. Somebody's asking me if I offer. Yes,
Yeah.
I do. I'm a career coach. That's what I do
He
for a
is.
living.
He is. Yeah.
Super nurse, 2K. 2K is not a great deal, though. Add 500 for her and come on, let's.
So thank you so much, Mr. Paul. I really appreciate every minute of your session was worth it. Honestly, it was entirely worth it. I don't know what to say. But even with my wealth of knowledge about interview, I was taking notes when you were going through all that. And to think that you don't even have a slide for you to do all this presentation, it means whatever you're giving us is actually what is inside of you. And I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your kind of person, and also ultimately giving us access to your book and giving it to us as at a discounted rate. I really appreciate that. So that being said, I know the thing you raised, the what you wanted to do with mock interview is a welcome idea, welcome development. It's going to save us a whole lot if we can get everybody in this forum all go through that process and be able to, pass their interviews effortlessly, flawlessly. We will be able to, remove our mind from the concerns that we're having currently with people going to interviews and not being successful. So that will help us a great deal. All right. So thank you so much for all that you have done with us today, and all the inputs that you have given to this program. I really appreciate you, Mr. Paul. All right. So today, I just want to do one thing with, I just feel like somebody was requesting, he said, can you unmute one person and then ask that person's, one or two questions, and then we can use it as a, sample, or how will I put it, just like a practical.
Yeah.
Just let's do one, but on the mock session that you're going to have, everybody will have, that opportunity to be able to do the mock interview with you and be corrected where the person is, because I know there's a whole lot when we come to, do it practically. So you guys are going to, if you know that that he has not wasted his time in this program today, and you're very confident, and you're very, you're bold, you're confident, you are adequately prepared, you've done the necessary research, and then you have forgotten all your childhood traumas, and then you're remembering all your achievements. If you know you are good at this, just raise up your hand, and I'm going to allow you to unmute yourself, and then you can be interviewed. You know, technically, he's going to ask you a few questions, and then we can just wrap it up with that question. Okay. So we're going to select one person. All right. So just raise up your hand if you want to be in this challenge. It's a challenge. If you really know that you trust yourself. Somebody was saying, I'm a good speaker. I like speaking. Some people say I can write, and the rest of them.
Yeah,
So
come on.
we'll do one.
And it will be lovely if the person can turn on into a video. It's going to make it very interesting. Very
I'm
interesting.
ready.
Okay. She's energized, as in she's very, very positive. I see the smiles and the level of positivity in her. All right. So okay, we're gonna use her, and then we'll just go from there.
My
I'm
hand is
having
already up. Oh.
Yeah, so Choma Christina, right? You are the
Yeah.
one. You are the one we're gonna work with today. Super Nurse is also saying she's ready. Super Nurse has been ready. Oh. Choma, you've not been commenting on the comment section, but Super Nurse has been commenting. But I guess she didn't know.
Yes.
I was listening.
Yeah,
I was
listening.
the one that said, please unmute us.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So maybe we're gonna. I know he has a little time, but we're gonna divide the time between you and Supanos. So Supanos, get ready. He's gonna ask about 2 questions to Choma, and then we'll see how Choma responds. Then we'll swing back to Supanos. Okay. All right. So Choma, go ahead, and Mr. Paul, over to you.
Okay. So
First of all, is there
for
anything you have
everyone
to
who's going to
say?
part.
Yeah, is there anything you have to
Yeah.
say about Choma's picture, background, how he's looking right now? Is he well dressed? Is he well positioned? Is the lighting good?
Okay, for addressing, I'm supposed to judge with that, but because we are not well prepared, she didn't know that she was going to get this opportunity. So I'm not going to use it as a metric.
Forgive you, Choma.
All of us are going to be using. Yes, we are going to forgive you. But your dressing is a metric, but we are not going to use it this evening. It's a metric. Now, let me tell you the metric I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using your confidence. I'm going to be using what you are going to say. And I'm going to be using your confidence, what you are going to say, how you are going to say it. Inside the how you are going to say it, there's timing involved. So I'm giving you that hack. Whatsoever question I ask you, as elaborate as possible. Give me the answer 60 seconds. As elaborate as possible. Provide the answer in 60 seconds.
Okay.
Thank you very much. That's the ground rule. Any question, even if I ask you about your grandfather.
Okay, I'm ready.
So, are we ready? Okay. Chioma, can I meet you?
You're welcome. My name is Choma Christian Okechukwu. I'm a nurse. I've been in practice for about 15 years. I passed through my school of nursing and midwifery, and I was able to be registered with the nursing council in my country. And in practice, I've been in an active practice for past 14 years in a very big acute center. And in my working place, I've been opportune to work in different sections, ranging from trauma center, emergency, the children, emergency, the children wards, the surgical unit. And with all these, I've been able to gather a lot of experience in my practice. And to crown it all, I've been able to attend so many workshops and seminars to update myself in this profession. You know, when you don't update, you will be sidelined. So you need to keep updating, and I've been doing that. And in helping myself, I've been able to obtain my BNS in nursing, which has gone a long way to upgrade me from the normal diploma we are used in the country. And also, I'm willing to go further in my career because there is a target I am meeting. I don't mind ending up as a professor in nursing. That has been my target. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chioma. Thank you very, very, very much. I really appreciate your response. I have another question for you.
Thank you.
Tell me about your worst boss ever. Your
Pardon?
worst boss. Your worst boss.
My worst boss. Well, I won't
Yes.
say I have a worst boss, but I had this
Mhm.
one of my supervisor. I think her problem is for you to do the things the way it's supposed to. We being the subordinates, sometimes we think that we are being overlabored by being asked to do the right thing. But as I grow in the profession, I now notice that she wasn't wicked, but she was trying to put us through. And calling her the worst boss is a kind of trying to underrate her, because what I learned from her have really put me on a very high line in this profession. So I can't call her a worst boss. Then when I was ignorant, she seems to be one, but now she's the best boss I have ever encountered in this profession so far.
Okay. Okay. We are asked to do 2 questions. So I've asked you the 2 questions. Let me give you my review
Okay.
so that I don't forget my review. Number 1, your first question. I told you 60 seconds, you went beyond 60 seconds. I'm not
I
calculating it, but I'm
wasn't timing
calculating it.
myself.
In your mind, you
Me, I'm
should.
timing you.
Okay.
Yes, you should.
All right.
It,
Okay.
you said a whole lot of things that are very important. However, we can condense all of those things to say certain things. We can condense them that you mention your keyword, tell us your name, tell us what you do, tell us your level of experience, tell us where you work, tell us what you have achieved so far, tell us this. All of these things, you can do it in 60 seconds. Do you get? We can do it.
Yes.
That's possible. So your duration is just the duration for me. I love your response. It means you are
Thank
very
you.
self-aware. No, you mentioned you want to be a professor. No,
No,
now,
I dream
professor.
to be a professor in nursing in future. That's why I'm working
That's what I'm
hard.
saying.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Who is interviewing you? Is it the school where you want to go and do your
Okay.
master's in
Okay.
nursing?
Okay.
Or be the hospital where you want to work in the US that's interviewing you?
Okay. Okay.
What I'm trying to say is that your responses to certain questions should be determined by who is asking you the question. If you're applying for an academic opportunity to continue your nursing program, you can tell them this answer. But
Okay.
if I want to employ you in Canada as a nurse in our hospital, and you are telling me professor of nurse, uh, go to where
Not be here.
this you understand. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So I know, but no problem. We can do it
Okay.
together. We can do this
Okay.
together. That's the aim of what we are saying. Let's do this mock interview session together. Thank you very much. Your second
Thank.
question. Your question was about, I love your response that you wouldn't call her the worst boss. I love that. And I even love the way you now twisted it, saying that now she's no longer your worst boss. She's now your best boss. Interesting. I love that. However, you missed so many things. You made
Okay.
the conversion look like magical. How did your worst boss turn into a good boss? What did you do? You didn't tell us what you did. Mention things like patience, understanding, emotional intelligence. Those are things they want to hear. Those are transferable skills. If you don't mention the thing, they will know that it's a lie. The thing look like she does not even know how it happened. Maybe she's giving us a story in her head that did not work. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay. I
Okay,
said
if
that
you said the
she's
answer,
always on the opinion for us to do the right thing, but being a subordinate, we saw it as if she's
that's exact
overbothering
that
us.
that
Okay.
that thing in
Okay.
Nigerian system, they understand.
Mm.
In obodo oyibo, that subordinate, no talk am o.
Okay.
That's another thing we need to know. There are things that look like normal to us here. They don't use it over there. It's looking It's looking
It's
derogatory.
yeah.
When you say,
Okay.
thank you very much for saying that. It looks derogatory. So you mean because she's a leader, it means she's boss, and you are here, you are now a subordinate. No, that's derogatory. You don't say that. So you need to understand their lingua. You need to know it. But emotional intelligence is emotional intelligence, whether it's in China or in Argentina or in Canada. Patience is patience. Understanding is understanding. So I am saying that we can respond to that question by using things that everybody knows. So that, okay, when I got on the job or when she came on board, I thought I thought she was hard on me, but I saw and I asked other people who said that no, just a few things come. This is what we can brainstorm together. But you need to mention things you did. Things you did. I was understanding of her. I employed emotional intelligence and all of that and all of that. If you say those things, they understand what emotional intelligence means. They know what understanding means. That's it. Do you understand? I hope you understand. God
Thank
bless
you
you.
so
See
much.
you
Thank
in
you
the
so
mock
much.
interview
I'm
session.
grateful.
Please
Thank you,
get your
but
copy
Chama,
of the
you
book
really
and let's
did. You really
continue.
did well. Yeah. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
honestly, I must say
Yeah,
that.
you did well. The only thing I also want to say is in the US, we all work as a team, so there is no
Exactly.
subordinates. You understand?
Okay.
So that's why you say you are a team player, which means you have the ability to function in a team. You understand? So even if your, supposed boss is telling you to do the wrong thing, as a team player who has a license, you have a license, your boss has a license, everybody has a license to work, and you work to protect your license. So if anybody is telling you to do the wrong thing, you cannot say because he's my boss and telling me to do the right thing, let me now do the right thing on my own license. If anything happens, I am going to be the one that will by default be going to court for that wrong thing that I'm doing. You understand? So it's always good to paint a picture that she's a team leader, you understand? Instead of saying you're a subordinate, said she's a team leader. Even the word boss is not frequently used. Like here in the US, I
Yeah,
can work and I call my boss, I call her by her name. Hey,
by his
Sandy, how
name,
are you
by her
doing?
name.
Hey, Paul, how are you doing? Hey, Chama, how is your day going? But in Nigeria, Metron, if you didn't put Metron for somebody when greeting,
Chief.
they
You
or
must
chief,
call Chief.
you understand? If you didn't put
DDNS.
chief, they will
DD.
say, this one, because he's trying to go to Bodoyibo, you're trying to, come and show us that you know something. That kind of thing. But it's not done here. In fact, if you do it here, it be viewed as slavery. You understand? So sometimes, it happened to me when where I come from and the background I had, I always thought that respect, when you want to respect somebody, especially in greeting, you have to join your two hands together, right? You join your two hands together, you bend down, you put sir everywhere, you put ma. But here, if you put ma so much for some people, they will think you're actually telling them they are too old. You understand? So it will be like, I'm too old. That's why this girl is trying to let me know. You say ma, you say sir, people will take offense at that because these are words that are familiar with the military. If you are in the military and you use that, fine. But if you're in Nigeria, you're by default in the military. You have to use it. You understand? By default, you're already in the military.
Paramilitary.
Yeah, you have to use it in Nigeria, but you don't use that word here. So here is more cordial, more jovial. Everybody is a team player, a team member. Everybody is seen as the same. You contribute to the team. Our collective effort is what makes they say teamwork makes the dream work. So our collective effort makes the totality of healthcare function better. You understand? So that's how it functions here. Super nurse, are you still ready for us? You look like
Thank you
somebody
so
that will
much.
Oh
I'm
be
yeah.
able to
grateful.
talk. Are you ready, Super Nurse? Where are you? Let me spotlight you. Do something. Maybe, I can't fish you out from the large number of people, but you have to either raise your hand and okay, I need to spotlight you somehow. Okay, so
Good
can you
evening.
raise your hand or just,
I'm here already.
okay, you're here. Good,
You,
good job.
yeah, you've unmuted me. I'm at work.
Awesome. Awesome, super nurse. So I have great
Interesting,
expectation
interesting.
because you've been active in the program. So
Yeah.
please, please, please don't let my ego down, please.
No, 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 no.
Okay,
You
all
can't.
right. All right, let's
Thank
go,
you.
Mr. Paul.
Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome, Super Nurse.
Thank you.
Interesting. Nice to have you.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you the same question I asked Chioma.
Okay.
Can we meet you? Can we meet you?
Oh. Good afternoon, Mr. Paul. My name is Margaret Babalala Oduwaremileko. I'm a registered nurse midwife. I've been working for the past 21 years and I've been practicing because I got my job immediately. I graduated from School of Nursing. But while on the job, I decided to further my education and go for my BNSC nursing, of which right now I'm still practicing as a nurse and I love what I do because I'm a nurse, I'm a midwife, and from there, I proceeded for my BNSC. I actually work in a government institution in Abuja here, in a security firm, and I love my job. But later, I want to further my education, and I still want to do better because I want to be specialized in more better ways than just be a nurse midwife only. I will still want to go further to get some specialties that will be of benefit to my patients. Hey, sorry, I'm not taking my time. Like you
Okay.
said.
No problem about that. No problem about
Thank,
that. Okay. Let
thank
me
you.
ask you another
Yeah.
question. Did you ever make suggestions to the senior management, to your bosses, to the team leaders? What happened?
Yeah. Thank you for that good question because right now I'm a chief nursing and I'm progressing to be an assistant director. And so we do have
Okay.
some meetings and they ask for suggestions, of which I did, and a lot of it has been practiced and been put in place. And right now we're making use of it because it has really moved us from where we are to a better thing of which we do. I told you I work in the security confined area, of which you will be asked, what do we need to do better? You make some suggestions, it's highly confidential. And we'll put it into
Okay.
practice for the betterment of this nation and for security, because we work in the security firm, for the security of the nations not to be breached. So we make suggestions and I really appreciate it has been implemented and have a good outcome about it.
Wow. Wow. I love that. I love that. I'm tempted to go on with more
Yeah,
questions, but don't
honestly,
worry.
but we're gonna this is just a tip of the iceberg. We're gonna do more of mock interviews with Mr.
Yeah.
Paul, okay, and then we get to know more, people and hear your
Yes.
stories,
Yes.
listen and
Yes. Yes.
criticize you.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm gonna let
Yes.
Mr.
Yes.
Paul review what you said, your answers. Okay.
Okay. So now your question, I asked you about I want to when you hear I want let's meet you. It's the same thing as kindly introduce yourself. It's the same thing as it's just a normal introduction. So this is the format. Your name, what you do, where you work,
Yeah,
how long you've been doing it,
yeah.
and your achievement or why you do what you do. Either your achievement or why you do what you do. Okay, for example, this is just off my head. My name is Paul Adeagbo. I am a career coach. I've been doing this for 5 years and I've been able to assist 309 clients to land jobs and scholarship opportunities in and outside of Nigeria. Um, do you understand what I just said? I mentioned my name. I mentioned what I do. Okay, the only thing I didn't mention was where I work. Okay, I'm the chief executive officer of Mindshift Consulting. With our organization, we've been able to help our clients to land high paying jobs in Nigeria, academic opportunities outside of Africa. That one I've mentioned what I do. Then the next thing is, why do I do what I do? I what we do at Mindshift is influenced by my passion to assist to reduce the level of unemployment in Nigeria. Why do you do nothing? That's a question for you. That question needs to be asked. Now, don't forget, you must always speak your answer in a language that they understand. For example, why are you speaking Gbagi to somebody who does not understand it? You're speaking Gbagi. I used Gbagi because I know that you are in Abuja, and one of the languages over there is Gbagi.
Yeah.
So maybe other people cannot relate, but I understand. Now, if let's just use as an example, I don't understand Gbagi, and then I'm asking you this question, and you are responding to me in that language. I don't get it. No matter what you say, what am I saying?
Communication.
Exactly. When you are responding to interview questions,
Yeah.
when you are responding to interview, you must speak certain things that will catch the fancy of the person you are speaking to. So why are you interested in nursing? Okay, so assist in the healthcare of the blah 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 blah. I don't know what it is, but you need to say something. That's just it. Your name, what you do, how long you've been doing it, your achievement, why you do what you do. We can add some other ingredients depending on which of what interview you are doing, but at least you should follow that framework. So now I asked you about if you have made suggestions to your senior management. You said yes, and you mentioned it. You said it has been implemented. However, you need to give us one example. Like, I know you are very security conscious with your information. No, don't get me wrong. I understand they are trying to be security conscious, but you can even use that as an example, which you did. You told us that
Protect
you
your
work
patients.
in exactly. You told I love the response that you even gave, and you said you work in a high security environment, and then blah blah blah. You mentioned it. That's beautiful. I love that. So spot on. You did great. Thank you, Super Nurse. I will love to see you when next I show up in Abuja.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Supernos. Thank you, Mr. Paul. Thank you, Choma. So to show you guys how happy I am, so Supernos and Choma for being the amongst everybody that we have, being able to come up and speak and be examined without fear, without anything. I'm going to be purchasing the book from Mr. Paul for you guys. So I'll pay for the
Thank you, boss.
yeah, I'll pay for that
Wow,
book.
wow.
And
God
then
bless you.
yes. So that is just to motivate others. When we are in a meeting like this, please don't feel shy to be one of the
Thank
people that will speak.
you.
Okay. So it's all of us. Nobody is gonna blame you or hold you responsible for anything you say that is not. We are all learning. It's better we say it here and fail it than we say it in the interview and fail it and they will correct us there. So that thing that is in your mind
That's
when we
true.
meet like this. And then if you fail it, we'll correct you. But if you fail the one in the interview, you lose the job, right? So this is just an encouragement for all of
Yeah.
you.
God
We
bless
hope
you
we
so
hope
much.
that with subsequent programs that we're going to, and you too, with subsequent programs that we're going to be having, we will be able to, make everybody interview ready so that once we get a job, we are sure we are getting that job. It's not we get a job. This thing happened in my time when I was about to come to the US. There was a time getting a job was too tough because we had retrogression for a very long time. So by the time retrogression cleared, there was a lot of people that wanted job. They already NCLEX certified. They had everything that they needed for them to get a job. So there were so many competition. But what makes me or makes anybody stand out in that kind of position is if you have started preparing before time. So all of you, our goal is to prepare you before time. We know some of you have not gotten to the stage of interviewing right now, but any information, any knowledge you get now will help you when the time comes. Okay, so we spent so much time, close to 3 hours, and Mr. Paul just kept going. I really want to appreciate you, man. It's not easy. I know I talk, but man, you are my senior brother. You're my senior brother in talking. So thank you so much for being so patient with us, following us and doing all that we did. Supernos, thank you. Choma, thank you. And thank you for everybody that contributed. We will not be able to take another person. Matilda is raising her hand, but we won't be able to take any more questions. Okay, so we won't be able to take practicals, but we are going to be joining Mr. Paul in the mock interview. So if you know what is good, please kindly get Mr. Paul's book, and then we can join him on the mock interview, and all of us will be ready for the interview when the time comes. Also, look out next week,
Okay.
every Friday. There's going to be seminars, and we have people lined up for seminars. So just look out for our invites. There's a lot that we have going on, and we'll be releasing the interview
Flyers.
links and the flyers, in all our platforms like we did for this one. Also, follow us on all our social media. Follow Mr. Paul on his social media so that if he has something going on, you can also see it and then also join him in what he's doing. He's a very committed friend, and he has shown you guys what he's made of. And I believe that following him and joining him would help you to understand him the more, and also help everyone to increase in one area or the other of their life. So, Mr. Paul, do you have a final word for us in the group? Do you have any final word for everyone before we let you go? I know we've taken so much of your time today.
Okay. No, it's no problem. This is what we do. Okay, now my final word will be that I know that this interview you are preparing for is a means to an end. It's a mean. At the beginning, I asked, why are you doing what you are doing? People are saying for green pasture. People are saying for so many reasons. Now, you also need to know that when because I know you will eventually get this opportunity. I'm not saying if, I'm saying when, because I trust God with you. That with the right preparation, with all that we are trying to do, you are going to get this opportunity. When you get there, what next? When you get there, what next? Let me remind you that there are a crowd of nurses, Nigerian nurses. I was seeing a statistics yesterday that is saying that Nigeria has the highest number of healthcare workers in the US than any other country in the world. Maybe Mr. Yudkachi
Yeah,
will
that is
verify that
possibly
for me.
supposed to be true. Yeah.
You see, when you get there, how do you stand out? Because so many people are so concerned about immigration, you want to leave the country. But that so many people are so passionate about relocation. However, can you start thinking of domination? Don't forget, we said you are a global citizen. You are not supposed to be only in Nigeria. If you're a Christian like I am, Genesis, the Bible says at the beginning, and God said, go and dominate the earth. Jeremiah chapter 1, even God said, Uncle, go and enjoy. The world is for you. Even in Acts chapter 1, verse 8, the Holy Ghost to the uttermost part of the earth. So you are a global citizen. When you change a country, it's not about just going to the US. And once you go there, what happens? You can remain poor in the US. It's just that poverty level in the US may be different from how you were poor here. But you can still be poor over there because there are poor people there.
That's true.
What am I trying to say? Don't just be interested in relocation. Start thinking like a superior fellow that you are. Start thinking of domination. You don't dominate just by coming as a nurse. You show up as coming in as a well-prepared nurse. We're asking Chioma. Chioma was saying that she's interested in becoming a professor of nursing. Beautiful. What do professor of nursing, what books do they read? Where do they go? Where do they meet? What kinds of conversation do they have? Chioma, start preparing now. Don't just only be preparing for NCLEX exam. Don't just be preparing for your interview. These preparations are very important. However, you also need to start thinking ahead, because if you don't start thinking and preparing, that dream might die as soon as you take off from Muritala Mohammed Airport, that dream may not be able to follow you into that place. What do you say? We are talking about career development. Career development is more than just passing an exam. It is more than just passing an interview. Career development is continuous. Wait, you are thinking of getting on board to become a nurse? Can't you own hospitals? I'm just asking. Can't you own hospitals in the US? Can't you do bigger things? Start thinking. Start thinking. What I'm here to remind you, don't just be transfixed about relocation. I know how bad you want to leave this country. Tinubu has happened to us. No problem. I understand. Think beyond relocation. Start thinking domination. That's all I've got to say. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I do not take this for granted. Thank you to every 137 persons who are still on this call. Supernos, thank you. Chairman, thank you. I saw a whole lot of persons. I seem to have forgotten their names. Oh God, help me.
Okay.
Adeife, Adeshola, a whole lot of persons.
Yep.
Oluchi, is he Oluchi? No. There is
Yeah, there
somebody
was
who
Oluchi.
is it? Yes.
Okay,
Thank you
too.
very, very,
All
very
of
much.
them, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
God
Thank
bless
you
you.
so
God
much.
bless you. God
Thank you
bless
so
you.
much, Mr.
Wait.
Paul.
Okay, I think we will have this conversation in the sorry. I think we will have this conversation in the mock interview session. Some people are joining this call with their phone type Infinix X188.
Yeah.
Abba now.
Uh-uh.
Imagine this an interview. Is your name
Yeah.
Infinix? I'm just saying. We'll
Yes,
continue
sir.
the rest of it.
Yes.
We'll continue the rest.
Thank you. That's good.
Thank you
That's
very
good.
much.
That is amazing. Thank you so much, Mr. Paul, Professor Paul. You really showed us you're a professor today. Thank you. You were such a very nice orator, and you dissected the topic. You did justice to it, and we really appreciate that. So, well,
How
at
do
this,
you, sorry, people are
well,
asking how you pay. People are asking, sorry, people are asking how you will pay. I don't know. I think you all belong to a group where Mr. Yedgachi belongs to. I'm going to be sending him the link. You can pay. If you feel like you also want to transfer to my account, I'm going to be sending him all of those details. Take it out from there. But the reason why I don't want you to use account is because so that you can be able to access the book immediately. But you can also have access to the book if you can come give me your payment receipt. I will only give you the book if you show me payment receipt, if you transfer to the account. However, I will send all of those details after this call. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very, very much.
All right. So,
God bless you.
yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Paul. So for those that are interested in making payments, one way is you go to his Facebook and then chat him up on Facebook. He sends you a link. In that link, you're going to make payment first before you can access the book. I think we should choose that option than doing accounts because it might be more rigorous process, doing accounts and
Yes, that's
sending
true.
evidence of
That's true.
payment. But my intention is for us to meet again in the mock interview WhatsApp group, and then we'll be able to interact more. We'll have more one-on-one with Mr. Paul and also try to brainstorm. I posted the Facebook link, and then before we end, I'm going to post the Facebook link again for Mr. Paul. Or if anybody has the Facebook link, you can repost. Somebody is asking, can we have the link, please? So Martina, okay, someone just posted it. Thank you, Infinix S6819. Thank you so much. You see how it is? We can't even know the name. But thank you all. Thank you so much. At this point, we're going to come to the end of our presentation today. It was nice. It was awesome. We really enjoyed ourselves. We really gained a lot. Even me, I gained a lot from the program. And I really appreciate Mr. Paul for being here with us today. We do hope that I have other population of people that I also want you to talk to, because when you are talking, I'm like, I think this other group will need this. So at some other time, I will invite you again. I hope you will have my time, so
Yes,
I will reach out.
yes.
Yeah, I'll reach out to
Yes,
you. But that being said, I just want us to appreciate Mr. Paul on the comment section. Just tell him, thank you. You value the lecture. If it was nice, if it was good, just say something nice. He will be reading it while we are concluding. Okay. In order for us to conclude today, I just want to make some few announcements. Okay, some few announcements that we're going to be making is that on next week Friday, we're going to be having another career. It's going to be on career, but this one is more on the journey of relocating abroad. We are bringing somebody from here in the US who have lived here in the US for close to 4 years now. So she's going to be coming in to give us a little bit of insight of how it is actually to live abroad, comparing it from Nigeria, the challenges that she had, her own personal experience. She's going to be telling us all that next week, Friday. And also, if you are in our Canadian group, if you are in the Canadian group, those that are processing for Canada, please, if you have not logged in into our portal, please kindly log in. There's a girl, I don't know, I wanted to say a little girl, but there's a girl that is in our portal now saying that she has not logged in and then that she has missed a lot. She's asking for a refund. We can do refund, it's not a problem. But the problem is what you need and what you paid for, and effort that you have put in place. We have employed about 2 people who are very, very active on that platform, trying to make sure that everybody that we have is well situated in class. So if you are in that forum, please kindly reach out to, if you have not logged in into your portal, if you don't log into the HESI, if you don't have access to the videos that we have, all the lectures that we have had, please kindly reach out to Chinyere or Mr. Damilare. So Damilare and Chinyere are very, very active on the forum. They're always asking, have you logged in? Is there anybody that hasn't logged in? Monday will be the last date for us to say bye-bye to login issues, okay? And then we'll focus on the content that we have come to learn. So Monday is the last day. If you have not logged in by Monday, we won't be entertaining any other login issues. So please kindly reach out to them and then make sure that they assist you to log into your portal. So what you need to log into is your portal. That is the DNA portal, Decency and Class Academy portal, and then your HESI portal. You need to log into the HESI. Please, please, and please do not change our HESI password, please. Some people go in there and they try to change the password. What you do is you're going to lock everybody out and nobody will be able to access the reading material. So do not change our password. Just go in there, make use of the resources and read and learn. I know the work is voluminous, but NCLEX is so big. And then there are people who have read for NCLEX for 1 year, and what they come out to tell you is that it's not enough. They need more time before they can test. And we have trained people in 3 months, and those people also say it's not enough. We need more time. We want to, postpone our exam. But the difference between the two, those that we train in 3 months, what happens is they go for the exam and they pass because we give them all this information that they need, and we concentrate on the high yield topics, the topics that are likely to come out in the exams. That is what we concentrate on. And you see testimonies flying everywhere. We are really very concerned on those testimonies. We focus on what came out for all those individuals, and from there we make our drills. So when you get to your phase 3 of your content class, you're going to be having drills in the classes, and that's where you understand our secrets to success in NCLEX. Okay, so thank you very much, and God bless you all. I really appreciate everyone that was here to this minute. I want to say a very big thank you to all of you. And I hope that next week, Friday, I will see your lovely faces again, and then we can also join hands and learn again from the person that we are bringing to you guys. At this point, I want to say thank you and God bless you all. Bye.
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 Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Boss. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you,
We love
everybody.
you. Thank
Boss.
you.
Thank
Thank
you. Love you
you.
too.
Love you. Bye.
Thank you so much.